Welcome in everyone to the Challenge After Show. Tonight, Pamela and I are talking about the Challenge Season 40, Battle of the Eras, Episode 10, A New Era. And it's new because they're all individual. Everyone's by themselves, supposedly, but they're still representing their era. All right. Yeah, I agreed. I would say
Okay.
that's pretty accurate right there, what you did with your hands. So if anybody's listening to us for some reason without watching, they'll have no idea what you meant by that. But all right, Pam. Overall thoughts for me, I only had one issue, maybe two issues with the whole thing. Awesome episode. What did you think?
I couldn't agree more. I actually freaking loved the episode. I thought it was great. Um, I have a lot to get into, but overall, I loved it. We got a lot of information, so we know it's going to be one man, one woman winning at the end. So it
Did
will
they
be a
tell
man.
us that? Did they
He did.
tell us that
He
tonight?
told us that right off the bat. I was like, oh, okay. He said, so now it's an individual game, and only one man and one woman will win their share of $1 million.
Oh,
So
how did I miss that? I missed that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
because I
right.
was like, oh, okay, all right. He's clearing things up. They're explaining it. And then he went into saying how each week was going to be, a male and a female elimination.
Yeah, well, that's one of the issues I had with this episode. Well, let's get into that real quick then,
Okay.
because you brought it up. Hey, he made this big deal out of having targets, both male and female targets, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna flip a coin, and guess what? One of the sexes here is gonna be absolutely safe this week, and the person that chose those, none of that matters anymore." So here's my point: like,
Oh,
Aviv, Rachel, and Jenny scot free, even though they were chosen as targets for whatever reason that Kylan wanted them to be targets. None of that mattered anymore. That's BS. There should be a double elimination every week. So maybe at least for the first week, so those targets actually mattered.
I a million percent agree. That was my note was like, we've done a male and female elimination every week. Why are you going to stop doing that now,
And
especially when
look,
it's individual?
back in the day, aka last season, all the other seasons before, they did every other week. One was a male elimination. One, I get that's fine, but you didn't set up the whole season that way. So I was like, wait, so now like, I just don't like that they were, I don't know, a coin flip decided whether who was going to be safe or not. Like, whatever, make them earn it
I
somehow or do
didn't
something.
mind the coin flip so much. I just feel like why are they switching it to a one elimination a thing? We've always had enough room for both, and I like that. I've liked that format. So
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not like about it. I don't
yeah.
care that much, but I
I was
do.
just look. I was just mad that the girls got off scot free and the guys. I mean, this was first of all, thank God the girls got off and it wasn't the guys because the girls' storyline was not nearly as interesting as having bananas pissed off because having a pissed off banana man is great, and
Yeah.
we'll get into that because last week he was pissing me off and I wasn't rooting for him, but this week I was rooting for him, and mainly because. Well, Pam, I'll tell you. You tell me why you weren't. Tell me why
Okay.
you wanted to see Ryan and Derek last longer in this game because that's what it came down to. Oh, so you were rooting for him because I mean, to
No,
me,
that's I will go ahead. Tell share your thoughts and
I'll share it in one sentence. The banana storyline is much more interesting than seeing Ryan or Derek get further in this game. Like, bananas is so much more interesting to me as far as just him adding so much more to the show than Ryan and Derek, who had nothing.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why.
Wow.
I
Okay, let's do
agree.
this. Go ahead.
Okay, I agree on that for Derek, who literally I was like, "Oh, hey Derek, like haven't seen this entire season.
Yeah.
Don't care about, haven't seen. I'm sure he's a nice person. Couldn't care less about him." Um, Ryan I find fun. I think he's got a good sense of humor. His liking of bananas, which I didn't even know he did, made me happy because it's like, okay, these people have senses of humors. They can fuck with each other. Last week, Ryan was saying, like, all right, whatever, you're 40, you're middle age, like, get over that you won the challenge, like, get a life. And I agree when you've been doing this for a certain amount of time, but I think there's a mutual respect and love, and I like it. And I like Ryan. He's had a lot of fun storylines with his alliances with the girls, and I don't think he's useless. I think he brings something to the show. Even there wasn't much going on that team other than Cara and
Well, that's
Laurel.
that's team that's
Except,
era two. That's era
well,
two.
but
I just
Bananas and Ryan had a fun little rival. I mean, I think he brings something to the show. Whereas Ryan, I was
Derek.
not Derek, right? Derek, I, I literally have
Well, they were all
nothing.
saying, oh, like even Bananas complimented Derek this season. Oh, he's cool as a cucumber doing whatever he's doing. He doesn't sweat at all. He doesn't even worry. He just does his thing. He's doing so great this season. I'm like, do we remember Derek and Ryan from the original? I know this is technically the original
Oh, but
challenge. I'm talking like years ago. They were never good. And we're like hyping them up now. We saw what happens when Ryan has to go into an elimination. We saw it tonight.
I am not fighting
Disaster.
for Derek. Ryan, I think, brings something to the show. Is he going to win? No. There was a few vignette moments or one-liners that people had that I want to highlight where I
Yeah,
think
we
Bananas.
get into those.
Okay. But basically, I solely for the underdog aspect and for my love of Tori and her standing by and putting Bananas in and his cockiness, I was hoping for an upset. My notes were,
Really?
yeah, I definitely was. I was like, I'm rooting for Ryan, but I'm not confident. Like I never really thought he had a big shot.
That's funny. I was on the whole other side of the spectrum. I said, if Bananas loses this, this is going to be a huge upset and like a huge elimination loss for him that is going to just be a dent on his history. Like to lose to Ryan in this, I literally wrote down, what a stupid elimination. Like, what the hell are we doing? And we'll get into it because I have a huge conspiracy
Okay.
about that elimination coming up. But there's a teaser for you. Let's talk vignettes. You said you had some vignettes you want to talk about. I have one I want to talk about too. You go first. By the
Okay.
way, anybody that's just for some reason for joining us for the first time, vignettes I started calling them vignettes. It's anything little scenes before the daily challenge. Anything that happens before the daily, I call them vignettes. I don't know why I started doing it, but we've been doing this for years now, and that's what I
Well,
refer
they
to them.
are. They are vignettes. I mean, that's
They're
not a
little
weird.
setups. They're just setting up the show, so we call them vignettes. Yeah. Anyways,
Uh, Josh. So one of
that was
the,
mine. No, that was
oh,
mine.
mother, Josh,
You
Jesus
go
Christ.
first.
Sure, Josh. Oh, that was during the elimination, this note, because I'm like, he's like, well, I'm gonna keep my eye on Jordan. Literally, I was like, okay, Josh, like you and Jordan are, it's either gonna be me or Jordan that wins this thing.
Yeah.
It's just funny that you think he's like, I'm keeping my eye on Jordan. Um, okay. Uh, Vignettes, Josh and Tori. So they're talking about the core four of the Vacation Alliance. Two of them are
Two of them are
gone, which is
gone. Yeah.
Finn and Casey. And I was like, okay, huh. So this is and Nisa's not a core four. It's just funny that that came out. I didn't know that. And then my other comment about this, it's not even that exciting, was just Tori like love Josh out of the game. Everybody liked Josh out of the game. I don't care if
Yep.
you love Josh and he's great. Be friends with him and be loyal to him in real life, but he sucks. He only hurts your game. He
Yep.
doesn't help your game. Be friends with him out of the game. Go
And this
vacation.
is and this is why. And this is why he hurt your game. And this is what my point. This is a perfect transition to my point. Newsflash. And this is what I wrote down. This just in. Josh is friends with everyone in the house.
Right. Oh,
You
that's
can't be. You can't, Josh. You're out of your damn mind. He's ridiculous. He is talking about everybody and how he's best friends with everyone in the house. Josh, it doesn't work that way. You need to form an alliance. You can't.
yeah.
It just doesn't. It's so ridiculous, and I'm so sick of Josh. Like, okay, Josh, I have a list of people that I never want to see on the challenge again. My top two are Josh and Casey. I'm done. I'm done with both of them. They bring nothing to the show. Josh's like whininess and crybaby stuff, like it was somewhat like entertaining because we could make fun of it for a little while. Now it's like I'm done with it. He thinks he's friends with everybody. He talks to everyone like they are his best friend and that he's going to do everything he can to save everyone in the house. This kind of reminds me of like years ago when Michelle, I think it was Michelle that was trying to save everybody in the house. I was like, Michelle, you can't save. Josh is to another level. He goes way past Michelle on this. He wants to save everybody. Can't do it. I'm over it, Josh.
And to defend Michelle in that, they were just playing everybody because they had Michelle admitted like we have our pawns set up in front of us. So everyone thinks they're my number one. Ha ha ha. Like that girl that we she had Brenna, her name Berna. So she had
Berna.
They're
That
not.
girl.
Michelle and Jay, the best friends that ever there were, had all these people that they had set up as their number one alliances, best friends in the world before the season. But Josh really believes he's best friends with every single one of these people. So
Yeah.
I think, or get the good friend or something. Whereas
By the way,
Michelle at least knows she
I'm
was using these people as pawns.
I'm glad you brought up Michelle because she admitted something that I've been saying about her for years now, and she admitted it herself. So we don't have to just guess around anymore. She said it. We'll get into that in a little bit. There's another teaser for you, but you might remember what she said.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
she
And
said
I
it.
know
She
what it is.
said it to
She
whoever.
did.
She said it to Olivia, her bestie Olivia. She
It
said it
does
literally.
it does bear mentioning that both Michelle and Josh have successfully used that strategy of friends with everyone or whatever on, I think Josh, and I don't think he's playing dumb. I think he is dumb, but because I think he is dumb, I think he's so sort of harmless and goofy that no one really sees him as a threat, which is how he, from my understanding, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, how he was able to win Big Brother because the other guy was a real, like a Bananas and Josh, if they were the final two, and enough people hated Bananas to
Right.
that Josh wound up winning. So because
Well,
you can say
speaking
who you want to bring. We remember we watched a Big
well,
Brother.
speaking of that, then we have the it's not called the burn vote. What the hell's the thing called at the end where they all can vote? I mean, that's kind of the
Third
same
one.
kind.
Oh,
Is it called
Karma
the
Vote.
karma vote? Thank you. So that's kind of the same thing. The karma vote is kind of working like a Big Brother thing at the end because you're picking who you like more. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see, for
But again,
sure.
I think the reason Josh gets to the end is because he seems so unthreatening, non-threatening, and he's not. But then, oh, ha ha ha, laughing all the way to the bank. Not in this where you have to do
I
real.
think in a performance way he's non-threatening, but I think in an alliance way I think he's very threatening to anyone that wants to work with him. If I saw Josh, remember Wes called it out when Wes was on a season with Josh years ago. Josh tried to work with him, and Wes is like, Josh, I'm not even going to consider working with you. I think mostly because he was a rookie, but also probably because he's just like, why would I want to associate myself with you, man? You're going to bring me down, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh,
Also, yeah, that Wes and him, Josh tried to, make it like this great rivalry between Wes and Josh. And
yeah,
Wes was,
Weston,
we're
Wes
not
was.
in rivalry. You're not my rival. Like you're
Mhm.
not really anything.
I think it's great. I think I love that Wes called him out for that. Look at us talking about Wes, who's not even on the season. Okay,
Uh,
moving along here.
just like, sorry, Vignette Part Two shout out because he took up so much of the episode and wasn't there. Devin, where
Yeah,
they're like, Devin, just taking up space and he's not even here anymore. And I liked that. Go
yeah,
Devin.
that was fun. Did you see the deleted scene that they showed today on social media? It was Michelle. Devin left her a goodbye note, and it was a crossword puzzle, but it only had one like thing, and it said like something you'd say to someone that you really care about, and it actually spelt out "I love you." And that
Oh,
supposedly was the first time he had ever told her that. And little scenes like that, that is the only thing missing from this season. Why can't we see stuff like that? Why do I have to see it on social media as a deleted scene? No, get rid of the 45 minutes of who are they going to pick to put into goddamn elimination and add in that 30-second scene because it gives a different side of the damn show.
my
I don't
answer
get
that for you. My answer that for you. I think at this point, social media is enough of a
it.
force that it literally is a companion piece, and they want to make you have to go to MTV.com or their
I don't know. I
I know
don't
you
think
don't
that's
like it.
it.
I'm not supporting
No,
it,
but I
but
don't think that that's it. I don't. They want to get away from the relationship side of this show and
I
make it
guess.
like more of a sport or something. They don't want that messy relationship stuff. I don't know what they're so afraid. Everyone's just either afraid of getting canceled or whatever the hell it is. But show us some relationship stuff. Get messy a little bit. Like what the
Well,
hell?
yeah.
And
The
this
other
wasn't
thing
even a messy thing. This was like a really like a nice, a cute little thing. Throw it in there. I don't
I
know
don't
why
know
they don't.
why they're not doing it because I would like to see more of Theo and Olivia,
How about
obviously.
Nia and
Not
Kyland? Like, give me that. Give me
Nia
that.
and
Like,
Kyland, and then the whole LOL women, the LOL ladies, the
Ladies
ladies
of
of
Leisure,
leisure.
they literally showed a in the montage, they showed Kyland and Nia kiss in bed and then boom, onto another workout shot. It's like,
Right.
okay, so
Show
what's the
us that kissing in bed. There's some reason I don't know what it is, but
Tell
I
me.
also love. I would love to get more invested and learn more about the ladies of leisure because I love that and I love that for them, and I love that Olivia is like the lower 48, like from her freshman season. She's like, I'm from Alaska, and my dad has me instead of a son, and I like that she's like, we like to get purses and shoes and vacations. I think it's cute. I like that they're like that. I'm surprised
Showing their personalities, I think, is huge, and they don't
showing
do
that
it
they're
as
small.
they don't
No,
do it as
they're
often
not
anymore.
just evil. Because Olivia, we've seen as Horacio's partner, and we liked her. Then as Neresa's enemy, and we hated her. And now I'd like to just see her as Olivia without.
Just see her as well, also see her in a kind of a relationship-ish. I mean, she's had hookups on the show, but this is more of a, I would think, a relationship at this point,
Villain.
or growing towards that. And we don't like can you imagine if CT and DM were on a season? What's that?
She has it tattooed on
Oh,
her neck, like behind her ear. So I hope it's a real
but that's my
relationship.
point. But can you imagine a season back in the day if it was CT and DM and then all we saw was like a couple shots of them throughout the season? No, they explore those things back in the day. They could explore this too. There's obviously things happening between them that we as the audience would find interesting. But they're like, nah, F that. We're not gonna show anything. Imagine if they did that with CT and DM though, how much we'd miss out, how many great scenes and things we'd miss out on. Now I know she had a whole nother, DM had a lot going on in her personal life outside the show because of what she was going through. But still, like, I still want to see what's going on with Theo and Olivia and all the other couples happening.
Absolutely. And not just couples and romance per se, but even the friendships that are forming, a little more interpersonal. I would like a little more interpersonal, even happy stuff, even getting
Yeah,
along
and
than
like,
all game. Because I guess again now I don't know the legality or whatever that they're having to go in this direction or wanting to go in this direction. But it's a game where relationships and social game work uh, for you and they matter. So leaving that out when it's really part of the elements that are going to come into your favor in a vote, I feel like is doing the show a disservice.
yeah, and I don't want to hear from producers, oh, we don't have enough time to show that side of the show. Y'all did it with an hour-long episode back in the day. You got an hour and a half now. That's literally almost 30 extra minutes of things we can watch, but you don't have time to give us storylines of people in relationships. It's garbage. But
And it's insulting to us when all of a sudden it's like Johnny's Angels gets introduced in one episode and we've never seen these people communicate, work together, talk. It's like
I
as a
100%. That's
way.
so funny you brought that up because the only time we saw was a little glimpse of Jenny saying that she was like kind of working with Vanessa. But the Rachel stuff, what she's one of his angels, right? And then angels. What are we even doing here? And then Aviv. Okay, okay,
Aviv and
Aviv.
Rachel,
Welcome,
like,
welcome to the show, Aviv. I'm glad you're on this season. I barely saw you at all. How the hell was I
yeah,
supposed to know you're part of? Yeah,
Aviv and
Pam. That's a great point, Pam. That's a really good point.
Derek need to go together. And another person I can never see on my TV again is Jenny, who someone made this observation about not our Derek and not this season's Derek, but Derek that Tori was on Are You the One with and dating?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
That like he's
I met him in
banana.
L.A. one time. Yeah.
Yes, that he's like a lemon. Like you see this machine and you're like, wow. And then it falls apart the second you
Not
drive
a
it to
good
the garage.
competitor. Derek was not a good competitor.
Jenny, but Jenny too. It's like she looks like this freaking Terminator. She literally, not an ounce of her is
Her
not rippling with muscles and like
Now it was hot for the daily challenge today, but she never does endurance well.
she got
She's
gassed out by
I
a
know.
Nissan under
I'm
the over
agreeing
the
with you. I'm agreeing with you. She just doesn't do endurance well no matter what. I don't know what she's all about. Just you can say you call I is she the guy version of
she's
popcorn
got
muscles
more
in a way?
muscles. Yeah, I literally wrote down she's the
But then
version
again,
of
she
popcorn.
might have some strength, but like in just endurance wise, she doesn't have it. So
Well, to quote you back to you, she can stand still and lift heavy things, but like,
right.
right,
Yeah.
I'm proud that she can probably do a good deadlift or like bench
Yeah.
press, but she's not,
How does that help you with the actual show, right?
yeah, unless it's
Anyways, let's talk more daily challenge here.
okay.
We talked about the coin flip. We got no payoff from that. That's a classic Jenna move. Jenna, if she was here tonight, she would have said we got no payoff. What the hell was the point of picking those targets? For it's garbage.
Well, because it
It's
could have been a guy. I mean, whatever. It wound up not mattering, but It
But at
could
least
have
we got the better storyline, so I can't be super mad about it. But
been.
anyways, at least not the storyline I wanted to see. Fire Away is the name of the challenge. Um, if balls, collect balls, put them in a tube and solve a puzzle. Very basic for the challenge.
I was able to follow it.
I was
Built
gonna say that was very
a
basic.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Woo!
You
It was
got this. However, there were some competitors that could not follow it, including Bananas and Ryan, who put the balls in the wrong tube. I don't know if these tubes were not labeled properly, or they couldn't see how they were labeled. But both Bananas and Ryan gave the balls to the wrong people. So
at least Johnny Jordan, if they were next to each other, I could see seeing a J and just in the heat of the moment
maybe
making
seeing,
a
but I think
mistake
they
like
probably
that.
labeled his bananas. I bet they labeled his bananas.
You're right. They're both idiots.
There you go. Perfect.
Morons. No, I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. Um, what are your? I
But
mean, it
I
was
loved
the heat played a factor, obviously, but go on. Yeah.
I loved when Bananas told Jordan as though Jordan would like get him back.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And he
get
was
it.
like,
That's a great one.
ha ha ha, like, sorry, buddy. Like, I loved Jordan's confessionals
Yeah.
because Jordan, again, he was my number one pick in our all-time all-star draft. Jordan,
Oh,
I think,
nice.
is an explanation of, or an explanation, sorry, the end of the long week, an example of how you can like play the game smart, not be dirty, be honest, and also win, like
And
cleverly
also entertain us
and
because
entertain.
some of the
It's like,
stuff he said tonight was really funny. By
right.
the way, you just brought up our draft. I'm pretty sure I did upload that to our YouTube channel. So if you want to check out our challenge draft that we did, where we picked our basically fantasy draft for challengers, we did that. It's probably scroll through. You can find our fantasy draft here. And I don't remember who I think overall I got like we had people kind of vote in the comment area and I think I won technically, but we don't. We'd have to go back and look.
Oh, I thought
They said mine. They said yours was the best draft
oh,
because
I don't know. I don't remember. I think
we
mine
did a
was because I got
male
who I wanted.
and a female snake draft. So we did. There's actually two drafts. There should be on my our YouTube. I should check that out.
Check it out
If
and make sure it's labeled like fantasy drafts,
I'm
whatever.
pretty sure I put it up. I don't want to take up a lot of time looking now,
Okay,
but I
we
know
can move on from that now, but we'll check it out
yeah,
because I'd like to see that.
I'm pretty
But
sure I
Jordan,
put them up.
entertaining and in this season at least, aside from screaming at each people a few times, positive and drama free.
Yeah. Sorry. Now I really. Yep. Okay. The men's snake draft and the challenge female snake draft are both up on our YouTube. You can go check those out. They're from one year ago.
1 year ago.
1 year ago. Look at how many time. Look how
Okay.
long we've been making videos.
All
All right.
right.
Um, let's move this along here. Okay. I want to talk about Michelle and how she like. Well, wait. Let's wait on that. There's a couple other things here. Jordan wins, and Tori wins. If this doesn't add to Tori being an excellent challenger, especially in this type of heat, I just like. I think that there's some people that still are like, no, Carr is better, Laurel's better. There are people, and they might be, but Tori is getting to that point where she's at least scraping the surface of where they are. Like she's right there. If they're an A player, she's an A minus. I feel like she's right there with them, but not. But still, she's right there. I don't know.
Oh, I think she's superior to Laurel. I think like she
Okay.
hasn't reached Kara status yet because, and only because, which maybe I would say her and Kara are equal. The only reason I would say Kara's better, quote unquote, is because well, now I'm sort of wrong because there was that one season where Tori and Jordan were going in every second. I was going to say the reason we think Kara's so good is that she's good, obviously, but Tori has never been. But again, now I'm correcting myself because War of the Worlds, I think she was the victim player where she was thrown in again and again and again and again.
Okay.
So Kara has never had the alliance and loyalties that Tori has that cushion her. So it's easy to go, oh, Tori's protected, Tori's this or Tori's that. But no, in a female eliminations, Tori's beating Kara and Laurel. I think that they're,
You do see.
I think
I don't
she's
think you're
good.
giving not that I'm a fan of Laurel's at all, but I don't think you're giving her enough credit. Laurel's a badass when it comes to
Hit or
things.
miss though. The only
Really? Okay.
reason, the only reason, and she's a wuss, the only reason she won that season before is because she got free passes on 3 of the 4 final legs of the
That
thing.
is fair.
She
She
would
definitely
not
got
have
those
won.
BS passes. I didn't like those
Cara
passes. Yeah.
would have beat her. I mean, she almost beat her and she had everything against her.
Right.
So I don't know. I think Laurel is good sometimes,
Okay.
but
Well, look,
not all the time.
I said this all to say this. The two last place women to try to finish were Naya and Michelle. This is 3 weeks in a row where Naya has been absolutely awful, but luckily she just wasn't as bad as Michelle. But the only reason Michelle lost is because literally I think she had some type of heat stroke where she couldn't even like her mind couldn't match up with her. It was insane. So, anyway, she collapsed down. And then this is where we get the big reveal from Michelle. I don't even know if it's a big reveal, but she admits that she's there for fun and social game, and that she'll never be as good as the other ladies. And like, well, Michelle, this is what I say: off season, if you really want to be here for like, you came on a show called The Challenge. I get you're from. Isn't she from Survivor though? Like, what is she from
And she
originally?
won,
Again,
which
I don't understand. So, but my point is though, like, if you really want to get better at this game, I don't know, go outside and run for a while. Go, get some more exercises in, work out a little bit more, do things of that nature. Practice your hand-eye coordination if it comes down to that. Play catch with a friend for an hour at the park. I don't know, but stop coming on the goddamn show, Michelle. If you're here for fun and social games, she said those words, and I don't want that in my game. Like enough. The challenge isn't look if the challenge was like it was back in the early 2000s, yeah, you were allowed to have players like that because you could go get drunk and do silly things like that. Now they're not going to show that side of things. Like they're just not the people that are there, like a Michelle, because they don't show us like the party aspect or the relationship aspect. To me, it's like, well, now it's so based on the other side of things. And like, what it's
I
a fine
disagree.
line. And go
Because
on.
she's a master manipulator. I think she's fun to watch. I I I didn't even know that that was going to be a reveal. I thought she
Okay.
said, I think she said either last week or this week, I'm I like to hide behind a team. Like I'm not good in an individual competition. That's what I thought
She
the
said that
reveal.
as well, but this is one where that really threw me. But go on, yeah.
But sometimes she's good. She's another, I think she is the version of playing dumb that Josh wishes he was. I do think she undercuts herself to seem less threatening. I don't think she's as bad as she plays. I think
No, but
she's
I think that I
good at things.
appreciate her. I
Remember?
appreciate her admitting like the people out there, like a Tori and a Laurel and a
Not that.
Rachel and a Rachel. Like she admits she's never going to be that. So like my whole point is then like well you admitted it like right you said like I would never go on the challenge because like I wouldn't win like you had said that right so like what the hell
Look,
I guess
if they wanted to pay me to hang out, literally, of course I would. That's why it's like, and
I
Anissa or
know but
someone else
like
keeps going back. It's like, fuck yeah, I'll keep going. It's like Amanda. She's not going to win. Why not
and
go
that's
back and then you don't have to work ever again? If we could
and
do
that's
this
what
and make $1 million, fine.
I know, and
Bring
that's like
it,
what a
bring it.
Michelle's doing, and like to
Of
be that
course.
kind of player on the show now,
But
it's
to be
tough.
self-aware about it, let's not forget she did beat Cara when Cara was trying even though it wasn't her season, in that move the blocks game 2 seasons ago, All Stars. Is that what it was? Or 2 seasons ago,
I don't know.
there's too many versions of this. When Cara came on and said purple jacket and called her out.
Where they had the yes, they had the
Michelle,
yes,
Josh thinks he's better
39.
than he is, and Michelle is better than she thinks she is. That's my,
What the hell did she lose to her? And what was it again?
it was like li li moving gigantic block things into a puzzle shape.
Uh,
So this
yeah,
also reminded me of um, Georgia, but like passing out off the bike in our watch
yeah,
our,
yeah. It was.
War of the Worlds. This like running in the desert is dangerous. I mean, obviously they weren't going to kill them, but I do think it became a factor for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
And ideally you got your stuff done quicker. Um,
What do
and
you
I was
mean?
wondering if the placements of where the tubes were had anything to do with anything, or if it didn't matter. If some people were running like way further than,
No, they all looked like they were lined up on the other side of the that little like thing they had to go around.
oh,
They were in a line,
oh,
and it looked like uh the cannon thing. It's called a trebuchet, whatever the hell that means. Basically a catapult. Looked like it was launching a ton of balls from the get. Do you have any other thoughts on? on this part of the
No,
daily?
nope. Daly was I
Oh,
could understand,
Ryan solved the puzzle like three different times backwards, and I'm like,
which
so
is so
Derek.
hard to do. I mean, he almost should have won for. It's hard to solve an all black puzzle.
I guess
Stupid.
that's true, yeah. And it's weird
Oh, so
because
hard.
like technically he won like three times over. Derek should technically have been the one going immediately into elimination.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. But he wasn't. So this is interesting in the chamber. I thought Bananas makes a great point. He's like, look, Corey, why would you put me in? Like, most likely I'm coming back, and then like now you're gonna have a target on your back. I love that call by Bananas because it is true. Technically, yes, he couldn't vote her in immediately after he won, but now it's obviously it looks like they're setting this up to be kind of a Bananas versus Tori somehow. And it's gonna be Bananas and his Angels. That's a team, and then Tori and her. Well, it is kind of those girls. Jenny is a ride or die with. That's not true. Jenny and Rachel
Jenny
still
is.
seem like well, Rachel seems.
Rachel, it's T. I think
And what about
I
Laurel? I know they didn't put Laurel in
Laurel,
there, but I
yes,
don't
because
think
she has
Laurel.
nobody else. Laurel has nobody else. And Bananas is a good ally if
I'm
you're
just
a
saying, if
girl.
any of those other girls get, win an elimination, say Jenny wins one, and she gets to choose. Well, I know you're laughing, but I'm just trying to pick an example here. If she has to choose targets, Bananas ain't going to be chosen. Like, Bananas got to choose three girls tonight. If Jenny wins an elimination, Bananas is safe. She'll choose Jordan. She'll choose Theo, whoever it is, but over Bananas first.
But Bananas has enemies though, and I think Rachel's
I know
too
he
smart.
does.
So if Rachel can have Jordan instead of Bananas as an ally, I think she would be foolish not to take that instead. Because
Yeah.
Bananas have female enemies that the two, Aviv, Jenny, no offense on Aviv and Jenny, but whatever, um, they're not winning. Laurel and Rachel kind of have a chance of winning, but
Yeah, but what does bananas care if you're right and you said that Theo TJ announced that there's going to be a male and a female winner. Why the hell does bananas care what strong females are in this damn house
because
in the finale? If
well,
they
he cares who to get rid of because he doesn't want the last votes coming down to Tory and
right and well
uh,
he picked three people that he feels are
right.
not gonna work with him. So there you go. And
Yeah.
we'll get into that. That was
Okay.
so funny to me. I was laughing so hard at bananas going from scared bananas to overconfident bananas. Like oh, it was so and like just like I don't give a crap bananas is the best bananas to me at the end there because he's just like that's my decision. What are you gonna do? I'm done. Like I'm done.
Right.
Like I'm put in this position. I have to make decisions. Bitch and moan all you want. I'm done. Like I'm not gonna talk. I'm not even gonna give you an answer of why I did. He gave great answers of why he did it actually. But anyways,
It was fun. It was funny. It was very
yeah, I know,
that's
but it
the
was
real
great. It was
side of him, but I love it.
very dickhead of him, and also must see TV to me
It
with
made
him.
me want to watch Villains season two. Have you been watching that? We're gonna have
I
to.
haven't even had a chance to. I actually had someone in our comment section who was like, Dan, I'm surprised you haven't talked about the new season of Outer Banks yet, which I'm obviously super into that. And I'm 4 or 5 episodes in finally. It's hard with a baby and I'll be honest, fantasy football. I watch a lot of like if I have time, I'm watching football because I have two fantasy teams this year and it's so much fun. So
I,
it's hard to find time.
Luke came in when I was watching Outer Banks, and he was like, "When did this turn into the Goonies?" I thought it was like a hot
It's
season, and I'm like, "They are treasure hunters now, okay?
They
They
are
are."
definitely treasure hunters now. It's it's super entertaining, but it's also kind of like whatever TV. It's not like it's like this cutting edge. Oh my God, this writing is amazing, but it's very addictive. And also, my immediate family all moved down to Charleston, South Carolina, and you'll notice. You're watching they build their Poglandia that literally the dock that they build, my parents
Uh,
have that my parents live on that basically I don't know if it's the same river, but they live on the Ashley River in
well, they're in the
Charleston.
Outer Banks, which is in North Carolina, so it's.
I know they are, but they film it in Charleston. So the
Oh, they
views you're
do.
getting are, yes, the views you're getting of North Carolina, that's actually Charleston, South Carolina, where my parents live and my brother and sister. But my parents actually live on the river, Ashley River, and they have that exact same
Oh,
type of dock with the little like house at the end of it that you can like hang out in and stay in the shade. So it's like that exact same vibe.
Okay.
So it's
Well,
awesome. Yeah.
fun fact, I didn't know that because a lot of things shoot in North Carolina anyway. I didn't
No,
realize
the majority of this is in Charleston. They've shot in other areas too for that show, but the majority of it is filmed in Charleston because I've noticed other areas they film in the area where they filmed The Notebook because The Notebook was also filmed in Charleston back in 2004, and a lot of the scenes that I see from The Notebook, I'm like, oh, or from this show, I'm like, oh, they filmed a scene from The Notebook there as well.
that.
And I've
Yeah.
gone to those locations and done videos for my TikTok when I was
Yeah.
huge into
And for
TikTok
your
back in the day.
engagement, right? For your
And I
engagement.
proposed to Stacy at the Notebook location with the swans in the where they went out in the boat and there was all those swans. That's where I proposed to Stacy. That is
Oh,
correct. But that's her favorite movie, and it worked out great because my family lives there. So when we visited, it was easy to just drive to that location, and she had no idea.
that's very
I
adorable.
have it on video as well because my brother came and his wife came and my sister came and her husband came. So everyone was all six of us were there.
And I think if I'm thinking correctly, you had like a marquee.
That
Yeah.
okay. So that was my original plan for the proposal was to actually I put Daniel and Stacy forever on the marquee of the scene from the Notebook for their first date when they did a double date and they went to see a movie. That is in Charleston in downtown Charleston,
Okay.
but they didn't have availability. So what I did was I proposed at the Swan the swamp area place, and then the next day I took her to that marquee where I found availability the next day, and then we randomly showed up. I'm like, wait, what the hell does that say? And then all of a sudden she's like, what the hell? And I have video of that too. There you go.
And you are nothing if not a romantic.
Well, when you find someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, like I would never have done any of this for just a random girlfriend. This is like, no, this is you when you find your person, next level for sure.
I think my
Um,
husband loves me for real, but he was like, you want to get married? Oh, he just decided the time was right.
hey,
He's like, you want to
Luke,
make
Luke
every
is
girl in
still
the
he's
world
still the
jealous.
man. He's
Yeah.
still the
I
best.
was like, I do, honey.
Okay, let's now that we've had all that conversation, let's move along here to the chamber with Jordan. Jordan's the best because he's like, look, Bananas can be as mad about this as he wants with me, but like girls voting the guys, guys voting the girls. Bananas, unless you can get all your teen angels or whatever the hell you want to call them to go against me, like nothing can really. I'll just and he's such a great idea. Like blame it on Tori. Like obviously Tori's the one that has
Right.
the because TJ's like, oh, the girl or the guy, depending on the week, has the final vote. It's like, okay, so what the hell's Jordan even doing there? If Tori is the final
Oh,
vote,
two. I agree. That's what I'm like. So why is there even a council? I guess if she was
it's
really
silly.
undecided, but it's
Like
a
next
one person
week,
vote.
next week, whoever the guy is, and whoever wins the daily next week, the guy, and there's gonna be a girl there too. Like the guy's to blame. The girl doesn't really have a say. All she can say is, "Well, what do you
Oh,
think we should do?" Because it doesn't really matter because you get the final say. Like I don't
it's
like it. It's
not final
ridiculous.
say out of 10. It's final say out of two. So it's just one say.
I
It's
know
ridiculous.
it's Pam. We both agree how absurd it is.
Yeah, I don't know why they're even bothering having a cat. You don't need two people. Just let
Again,
Tori be the
the
decider.
chamber. Can you cut the chamber and give us some gossip or some love, like some lovey scenes with the couples? Like, give us something else. I don't need a chamber anymore. I get that some like
Right.
one person has the vote. We get it. We don't. Whoa, big deal. And they're down to like what is it? Nine males and nine females before this episode ended today. There's not
Yeah.
that many. You can focus on the storylines. There's not that many people to cover. You don't have 30 people on this damn show anymore. Like you can show us some more crap. Anyways, all right.
Yes. Agreed.
So anything about the club? I got nothing on the
Well,
club.
with not the club, with the whatever it was called, the chamber again,
Yeah.
I did think Bananas was digging his own grave, that he wasn't
Oh, I
doing
thought
himself.
the opposite, but go on. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's not the way to like in.
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay. Well, then let's
let me
get
let me
into
let,
it.
let me tell you. So, yeah, I think bananas. No matter he knew, no matter what he said, he was going down there no matter what. So I thought he said to himself, I might as well dig my own grave and let Tori know if you put me in here, just so you know, I'm gonna come after you. And guess what? Look at who's across the table from me. I'm going against Ryan. Majority of the crap, I'm gonna beat Ryan in. So do what you gotta do. I'll dig my own grave right now, but just let you. I'm just letting you. I'm 100% letting you know. No ifs, ands, ors, or buts. I'm letting you 100%. I'm coming after you, Tori. Good luck. So I don't mind. It's go on. Yeah.
I'm saying I don't mind it, but I feel like he could have. there was another angle, whatever. There were different things
What
that
was the angle, Pam, that was going to get him out of that elimination? Because I don't think he had it. I think he's like thought to himself, what is that angle? Realize he had no
instead of
angle.
being an attacker, being instead of just literally the same strategy, just flip to I think you're a great player. I think you and I could go far in this game together. I think an alliance with me is better than alienating me. I would like to work with you, and that's all I'm saying. And
You love Tori. You love Tori, Pam. Would you say that Tori is a very smart person?
yes, I do. I think she's a very smart person. I
So
think.
she's believing that from Bananas, what you just said?
Oh.
I'm just saying, right? I just don't think that she, even if he did that side said it that way, because now they tell you before the damn elimination, she went up to him, hey, but hey, Banana Man, or what did she call him? Hey,
I
hey,
don't know.
it was some,
And
you're going in, and then he had more fire to be like this.
yeah, I
It was
hate
more
the let's
warranted.
announce that you're going in, first of all, that we discussed last
I
week.
know we don't
But
like it
second
yet.
of all, I think no, Tori's not dumb, but the whole threatening, like, you don't want to cross me, you don't want to cross me. And I didn't, making up what he was saying was like, Devin started this. I didn't come out of nowhere and threaten he threatened me. No,
That part was
John
crap.
came out of
That was
nowhere and made shit up to try and weaken that whole thing that was
And
going
I didn't
on.
like that, but
And
because
Tori
Bananas is
wasn't buying it.
it's the
I think
Michelle stuff. It's the Michelle stuff that he said to her, like when Bananas did that, like Bananas, why are you starting stuff with Devin anyways?
he
Like, don't.
shouldn't have, and he doubled down on it. And
Yep.
if at this point he undoubled down, if he said, Tori, listen, I don't, the way he tried to goad Tori, I don't think was ever going to work. I think he played his hand wrong. Whereas he could have, it doesn't matter because I'm sure he was pretty confident to go in against either Derek or Ryan. But you never know, and Bananas more than most knows it's a crapshoot when you go into an elimination. It could have been
It's
freaking
such a
Florida.
crapshoot. That's why you can see scared Bananas,
Of
because
course, they
he
should be
he he
scared.
turns into that very defensive, like
Oh, yeah.
I'm mad, I'm coming after you, blah blah blah. It's like Bananas, dude, can you try for one time? Like, first of all, realize who you're going against. You're most likely coming back. Just be like, all right, Tori, don't worry about it. But just so you know, if I do win because of this, obviously I have to come after you, and then walk will be done. Instead, he did this whole like thought he was gonna like when he was hiding in the closet, and then he argued with her. Like, Bananas, acting
That was
that way,
funny.
do you, it was
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
but like acting the way that you were acting, where you were getting mad at her there, like, did you think she was going to switch her vote if you got mad at her and then put up a fuss and be da, 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 da? Like, you knew she wasn't going to switch her vote, dude? Like, so
No, but
why are you going to
Bananas
act
is
that way?
making TV. I mean, he knows that. And I
He
like
is.
that.
He is doing,
I,
and I
I
appreciate
think
it. Yes.
some of his, I think you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And Bananas is a great game player and he's amusing and all the great things. But in this instance, I feel like he could have said, let's be real here. You want someone that's potentially going to win and not say your name. That's not going to be me if you put me in. Do you
Yeah.
think these two guys? I think there was a different way to play that would have appealed to Tori and let her think it was her decision a little more than being like, you better not dare put me in, bitch, or I'm coming after you. It's like,
All right. Well, look,
don't back
people
me
in the
into a
comments,
corner.
tell us. Yeah, people in the comments, tell us what you thought of that whole exchange. 'Cause that's a lot.
Yeah, he blatantly threatened her. And it's like, I don't bow down to threats, Bananas. Basically, that's what he did. Instead of saying, I'd rather work with you than against you, he said, don't fuck with me or you're next.
All right.
And that's,
Well,
I don't think, a good
speaking
strategy.
Speaking of Bananas, he was in an elimination tonight. Killer quads. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. What was throwing me off the whole time because I thought this was such a stupid elimination. All the cast members were like, "Man, I wish I was down there. I used to love playing Mario Kart." First of all, I love playing Mario Kart too. But guess what? This going in a circle 4 times around. This is Luigi's Raceway. This is the first Mario Kart racetrack in a circle. Boring. Get out of here. And playing a video game like that is completely different than racing a quad in deep, deep ass sand where you can't even go that fast. I'm not a fan of this elimination. However, what I will say, and here's my big conspiracy about it, Pam. Um, and I thought I was like just like wrong about it at first, but there was a red quad and there was a black quad, and Bananas started on the red quad. Okay, now when they get going around in circles, I'm like, holy crap, the Bananas is going so fast on this red quad, and Ryan's really struggling driving this black quad, and then obviously he smashes eventually into the hay bale, but Bananas was on his ass anyways, and then gets the first win. I'm like, okay, whatever. Then when they switch and Banana goes on the black quad, all of a sudden, Ryan, if you watch the tape back, Ryan is going so much faster on the red quad. And I go, wait,
Gears, but gears. Were they just in different? They have them in
well, then
gears?
why wouldn't Bananas
One
put the
gear.
black quad into the same gear that he had the red quad? And if there were even
Maybe they
gears,
just
my
started them.
conspiracy is I don't think the black quad went as fast as the red quad. And
Oh,
then I'm thinking to myself, okay, so if Bananas wins the first one and he ends up because he almost lost the second round. In fact, he would have if Ryan didn't crash the red quad, which he was going significantly faster in than he was with the black quad. And Bananas was struggling driving the black quad. But then I thought, okay, if Bananas loses the second one, they'll probably switch him back to the red quad. Because why are you even switching quads? If they're the same effing quad, why did you switch Bananas to this other color quad? Someone else must have noticed this besides me. And then
I
my point is,
didn't.
if did you notice it or no?
No, no, not at all. But go on. Sorry.
Okay,
Go.
but then if Bananas lost the second round, which it looked like he was about to, if Ryan could fricking drive, Bananas would have been back on the red quad in theory for the third one. And then if that quad was faster, they would have let Bananas win it. Conspiracy. There it is. But
It's a
Ryan was so
beautiful.
bad at this, he couldn't just drive in a straight line and make
It's a
circles.
beautiful conspiracy. I'm here for it. I did not catch any of that, but I will.
When they
I would
show
love to hear
everyone
what
check
people
this
say.
out. When they show the wide shots, you'll notice that the red one I thought went much faster than the black one because I'm just confused. If they go the same speed, why can't Bananas just stay on the red quad for the second round? Why did you switch them, guys? Producers switched them for a reason. I don't get why they would not just keep them on the same quad then. I don't get it. I'm very confused.
I don't
What's
either.
what does it matter? If it's quad, why would they put in two different types of I, identical? They should be identical with speed, everything. I don't understand
I
why they
don't know.
switched.
That's really good. I like that. That is a worthwhile
Just
conspiracy.
I love having a good conspiracy. Don't know if it's real or not, but it just threw me off and I was confused by it.
It doesn't
What did
make sense. I mean, I will for sure agree that it doesn't make any sense that they would
yeah,
switch cars and do all that weird
I
stuff.
don't understand the point. What did you think of this elimination? You kind of sounded like you were agreeing me with a little bit how dumb it was, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is whatever. It was a big like super
know.
not that fun to watch. I
It
think
was
I'm sure.
interesting. The second round was the most interesting just because Ryan was about to get Bananas, but then he just couldn't. And then Bananas came all the way back around to get him on the second round. So that was somewhat interesting, but
I'll just say I've never played Mario Kart or Luigi's Kart or anything because I hate driving
Luigi's car.
games.
Luigi's Raceway is a track inside. It's in the
I don't
N64 version has a Luigi's Raceway is the first track of the first cup, you could
I
call
don't
it.
like playing them. I don't like watching them.
Yeah,
Not interested. So I've like watched, but it was like, I don't know, two cars
yeah.
are driving around a circle.
Well, I've got my N64 in my closet right up there with multiple copies of Mario Kart, and I can play it anytime I like. So
You're
there you
so
go.
lucky.
But
Bragging.
no time. I have no time
Um,
for video games anymore, unfortunately. Okay, Johnny wins, and then he says, "I'm going with Naya. I'm going with Devin's pet snake, Olivia, and I'm
which
going with and soon to be ex
is
girlfriend Michelle."
that was great.
It was great, very
I
entertaining.
thought Bananas and Michelle were so close that the only reason he said anything to her about Devin is because he cares so much about her because they're like truly close friends in real life.
I don't know. But he didn't, yeah, and she tried to bring that up and he was like, I don't care, that's my decision. Bye. Like, look, I'm down here. I got put in. I was the target last week. I can make and Bananas has at that point, he has every right to say what he said. He's the one that won, and he deserves to get every other target all season could say what they want, but they all just said, who's not gonna get mad at me if I choose them? No, not Bananas. He don't give. That's what we meant. That's what we want to see. That's what we've been
And
wanting
I
to see all
love
season.
Tori's being like, fuck you, when he wasn't allowed to pick her
That
because
was
he thought,
funny. However, I understand that she won, but like the rules are kind of a little weird this season. And just in general, everything's kind of weird this season as far as like eliminations have been sketchy as hell. But with that, 2 weeks ago, Ryan got double targeted up because of some weird technicality thing. Ryan was a target, and then he was a target again when they went to individuals. Well, now that they're individuals for the first time where we have a winner, apparently the winner of that daily does not get voted in. And Kara's right. Usually the winner does not. But still, like, I think he should have been able to choose Tori. I do, but whatever.
I liked shout out to Cara. We love Cara. We love grown Cara and less
Yeah.
maladjusted Cara and good Cara. But I liked snarky Cara too because I liked Cara being like whatever
Well, I
about
think she was a little. I think she's a little upset. She's not one of Johnny's angels, by the way, too. I think she want in the she in the club or the confessional they showed of her during the club scene. She's like, yeah, whatever, and like, but she kind of made it sound like she wanted to be an angel too. Just saying.
I agree. I
Um,
agree. I think she just is sick of being left out all the time of everything.
she really is always left out.
Right, because Rachel and Laurel have even indirectly this alliance because of Bananas puppeting it. It's
I
just poor
guess.
Connor. Bananas is always gonna whatever. Bananas is always gonna banana. And again, Tori being the new Cara, she's like, and now I guess she's having a rivalry with Bananas. Go for
Yeah.
it. Which
So just to
again,
be, yeah, I just
TV
want I want to ask you a question though. I've made it very clear I was rooting for Bananas in that elimination. You're telling me you were rooting for Ryan the whole
was rooting
time.
for Ryan just
Wow.
solely because I love a takedown and God, what an asshole.
Okay, that would
And
have
I would
definitely
love
been.
for Ryan to be like, I beat you just because whatever. Bananas is still
It's
banana.
definitely an underdog thing, and but just to me, there was so much more. There's so much more drama coming back into that house if Johnny wins. I'm sorry, but
For
like,
sure. I
yeah,
absolutely I wasn't like devastated. I think Johnny deserved to win and very clearly won
yeah.
even
If Johnny's
more.
gonna go out, I want like a heavier hitter to take him out too. You
I
know,
agree. I
just
agree.
personally.
But then again, it's also kind of demoralizing because he's so confident that he's got no shot that it'd be
But
fun.
we've already seen that happen when he lost to Devin or when he's
Yeah.
lost other eliminations. I mean, way back in the day when he lost to CT, but he wasn't the player he was obviously when that which was what he was, a few seasons ago. He was still becoming that player Bananas was.
Yeah. I
Anyways,
also
yeah.
like a Tori Bananas rivalry because Tori, I think, can hold her own against him a
Oh
lot
yeah.
better than Cara when Cara was a legitimate victim of like everybody in the house and Bananas and Laurel ganging up on her. It's just like ugly and dark.
I
With
think if
Tori,
like if yes,
not
if
at Tori. It's a
Tori
fairer fight.
Yes, if Tori and Bananas get into a yelling match, I would want Tori on my team more than I would want a Kara because Kara just gets too emotional with it. You think Tori's gonna start crying if Bananas starts yelling at her? No, she's gonna say "suck my ass" or "suck my butt." What was she saying tonight?
Yeah, eat my ass.
Eat my
That's what
ass.
because Tori, I also think, yes, I love Tori. My notes are like, don't come after Queen Tori, Josh. But I love Tori, I love her for a reason. It's not just that I love her blindly. I think she, in addition to being loyal, is also logical and strategic. And
Yeah,
when sometimes she's blind, like sometimes like in that season with was like Kyland and that girl that we don't like. That's really stupid season. I think the CBS season where it was like, I won't say Jordan, I won't say Bananas, I won't say, whoever. I won't say where she was Michelleing her game
okay.
uh, when she was loyal to everybody. In these situations, I do think she's making very smart decisions. And yeah, it's dicey to have Bananas gunning for you.
Mm,
He just can't win. And can Jordan beat him? Yes. Can Kyland, as they showed, Jordan was like, Tori's setting up a little army of guys to do her
yeah.
bidding. Not in a cheaty way, but you guys, if I do this, will you have my back? Meaning, if I
Look,
take the shot that everyone wants me to take,
yeah.
you guys need to protect me because girls, you guys need to play for me.
And from what I saw in the preview for next week or whatever clips they were showing us at the end of this episode, I'm like, this is getting real good. So I'm really excited about what we're gonna see in the next couple weeks for sure. Any
Oh,
final thoughts on this
yes.
episode before we do mailbag? John.
Yes, cannot leave this wrap up without discussing Rachel and Tori, the alliance I'd really love to see. So I loved that conversation. I'm excited to see what becomes of that.
Yeah, it's just confusing if Rachel is with Bananas, how is she gonna be with Tori too? And do each other know that?
She's not that with Bananas. They were when they were eras.
Well,
They were
producers are
working
trying to make
together.
us think that
He
because
didn't
stop
like
making these
Debbie.
bullshit green screen graphics of like them all in like a pose together. Like, what are you doing? And it's
Be
so
smarter,
sad.
Dan. You don't have to fall for the
It's
image
so
of that.
sad, but it's also so sad that producers have to throw that in our face because, hey, sorry everybody, we didn't show you any of these people interacting this season, so we're going to give you this 3D mock-up of a still
An
of their
alliance.
promo images from the beginning of the season of them all. They're in an alliance now because we put them in a group on your screen, so that's
Yeah.
what we need you to believe for our storyline to work. Okay,
Right.
how about let us watch something, show it to us. My God.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
No, agreed. And I want Rachel. I feel like maybe I'm giving her too much props, but I feel like they were allied when she was the only person on Era 1 and she needed Era 2. Who's she going to ask to protect her? Derek and Ryan, her real friends? No, you need bananas. So
there it is.
I don't think she was dumb in aligning herself with him, but if she's got better options, I hope she takes them.
I think Rachel is open to who like working with whoever, and Tori too. So whatever, like
Yeah.
just on the side, not an outward, maybe a secret
No,
alliance more than
Tori's
that.
not. Tori fucked Banana off right in his stupid face because he fucked over her friend. That's
Well,
what
no,
a
no,
ride or die does. Can you imagine Fessy fucking over someone because they messed with Moira? Like,
yeah,
that's my
Moira.
ride or die.
Yeah, well, but also Tori kind of didn't have a choice here too, right? Like she had to draw a line in the sand at this
She had
point.
a choice. She could have done the easier thing. She could
She
have.
could have, right, but that's my point. She had one or the other. Now she has to after she made that one decision with bananas to put him in, now she's made her side. She can't try to work with bananas anymore. Like it's not going to happen. Well, who knows? Bananas is crazy.
No, no, because and I like them. I like them much better as foes. It was the same
Well, me
uncomfortable.
too. Are we forgetting who bananas is? Are we forgetting
Yes,
he stole the money from Sarah? Are we forgetting about this guy?
right.
He doesn't
He'll
care.
never. Well, with Jenny. Oh, he didn't pick Jenny, but they showed Jenny going bananas is literally the only person that makes me feel safe. And I was like, I can't wait to see that one
Yeah, I can't wait to see
explode.
you guys try to work together in the finale, and he throws you under the bus to win the
Oh
million
yeah.
dollars. Yeah,
Or a side deal with Tori at the 11th hour, and it's Tori versus Jenny, and he throws in Jenny because like she's not winning. Something's gonna happen because they had that nice sound clip of her being like, "I've never felt safe with anyone the way I do with bananas." It's like, do you know that you're making a? Have you ever danced
well,
with
it
the
just
devil
goes.
under the pale moonlight? Yeah,
It goes to show you Jenny's probably never watched the show before she
right.
came on this damn show. Good for all
Just
these
go with
reality
it.
stars. Don't do any research before you join a show. Great work, everybody. Okay, you said you did prepare a mailbag for tonight, correct? All
I
right,
did.
ladies first. Go ahead.
I would like to say, not only did I prepare a mailbag, but
Okay,
I don't know if you can tell from behind me because it looks okay, but we're moving this weekend. So my life's in disarray. So I'm a lot more focused now than I was on anything else in
got it.
past. Yeah, I'm saying now I'm
Yes.
getting distracted too because I'm looking at my mailbag. But I'd like to say I read every comment and
Wow.
I read every single comment.
We had almost 100 comments this week. We're up around 90 right now. Yeah.
I even appreciate one that said that I had a creepy smile. Thank you. Said something, and I was like, I don't think I have a resting smile face. I don't think I
I
have.
think if anybody tilts their head down and smiles, like there you
Yes.
go.
Oh, and
Just as your head's moving in that
listen,
way, right?
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I take all the comments, good, bad, ugly. I also wanted to address someone else. This is not my mailbag pick, but a few honorable mentions. Someone said something like, "Oh, Rachel's hooking up with Laurel," and I was like, "What?" And then someone said, "Rachel's married with 3 kids and like hates Laurel," and I was like, "Okay,
Was
thank God."
that from this week or was that from the week before? Yeah, someone wrote that. I remember that.
This is the one that I had the time to read every single comment. And then one person supported my yes being shorts better. And one person said, no,
No, yeah.
dummy, like you. And I agree that both, it depends what pegs you can get. And they got narrowed down as they could select. But I think all things being equal, it is a short man's game. If you can choose your pegs, is what I'm saying. If
Okay.
you can choose your, okay, so those are the ones I want to address. My mailbag of the week is
Yeah.
Rachel is from Such Is Life, 5721.
Okay.
Rachel had a master plan they didn't show. See, this is where I rely on you, our fans, to fill us in on some of the things that we don't have all the time in the world to follow up on. Because usually I'll just let you guys in on my process. We watch the episode, we do this on Thursday night or Friday, the weekend. my time is
is
when
where
I'll
you.
like deep dive and listen. So I like to now I'm gonna hunt on some such 5721 said Rachel had a master plan they didn't show. She said she told Josh last week, in no way do you volunteer. Casey's plan was to go in with Josh every time because
Oh,
everybody
okay.
likes Josh.
Yeah.
But Rachel told him she's not picking him. She wanted Devin to go down. She apparently hates Devin. They didn't show any of these beefs for some reason. So thank you for that insight because that is great.
That helped
So
clear up the episode for you.
a really great tidbit of knowledge. And I was excited about that.
Okay. Um, my mailbag's not serious like that one. Mine's just goofy because I thought it was really funny what 23 Philly Cheese wrote to us. And there's your smile. Jenna may be my favorite. She's like my era one, but I still love Pam and Dan. Y'all are era two and three. I don't know in what order though. I might be three. I don't know. Punk Rock Christopher is era four. Now, only half of you are going to know who that guy is, but it was just so freaking funny. Uh, David Punk Rock Christopher was a guy that hosted with us over at AfterBuzz TV. He would show up late. Half the time, he would like only watch half the episode. He would never take notes.
I don't think he'd
Uh,
ever watched it prior. Like, I think he was friends
ridiculous.
with Kevin, Maria's husband, who also
Maybe.
ran AfterBuzz. I mean, I know they had a relationship. They like were gym
Yeah.
buddies or something. So it was like, oh yeah, this, you're a physical guy. You can talk about the challenge. And it's like, all right, again, nice enough sort. No, no, not trying to diss
No, no, definitely a nice guy, just not
are.
prepared
No,
to be
no,
on the show half the time.
no.
Um, yeah, and then the other one I wanted, do you have any more before I say my last one real quick before I
The
go?
other thing I want to say was that overall, everyone's nice. I was expecting a lot more mean. Everyone, thank you. They were nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that's what I legit, that's what I want
You
to say.
did your hair up tonight.
Well, I didn't, so what happens is any
What
day
has
that I
happened
leave the
is
house, usually I'll like do my hair. By the end of the day, at this point, right before I almost, it was end of the day, like time to put it up in the rubber band. And I was like, I'm gonna leave it down. So I get some
I'm on air tonight.
comments. Exactly. And I also wanted to say about bringing it back to this episode, Banana's natural hair, like when he's sweaty after a competition, is so much hotter. Dare I say hotter, but
Okay.
that's when he's like better looking, sexier than his like
Then when he
it's,
combs it
it's
up,
did you ever watch Parks and Recreation?
watch every season, of course.
Okay, you got jammed. He looks like Congressman Jam. He looks like he like got a blowout. And it's so dumb, and his normal hair is so cute. Like he looks,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think he's so cute when he's not dressed normal, when he's like in his gym clothes. Not
Real
cute.
quick, have you ever watched the blooper reel for Parks and Rec with Chris Pratt?
I have not because I'm watching it for real right now. I've never watched it before. So me and Luke are
Okay. When you have a chance, though, it shouldn't ruin anything from the show. Chris Pratt is a genius. He's so freaking funny. And I've always liked him. And like, years ago when I watched this YouTube, you type in YouTube Parks and Rec bloopers, the shit that he would come up with. Some of the stuff they kept in the show, but other things are just freaking brilliant. That it's like it's too grotesque to put in the show,
okay.
but so freaking funny. And
Yeah, he's
yeah,
adorable. He's just
yeah,
personality
his
check.
relationship with what's her face on the show, as characters, obviously, is really what hooked me in as for the long run with that.
It's
That's
really
like
nice.
really when I started liking the show was that first episode where everyone leaves for the day and it's just them two in the office together and they start to bond. That to me was the start of Parks and Rec where I really liked it. Before that, I was like, it's okay. But yeah.
I love it. So I'll hold off any criticisms for now just because I love
Yeah.
it. We watch a couple episodes or one or two every night, like falling wind
Yeah,
down
it's
time.
great. It's easy. It's an easy watch for sure. Yeah.
And I like it. Like my complaints are that I have a lot of complaints, but none of them make me not like it. So I'll
Right.
save them. Positivity for the weekend. But
Real
yeah.
quick, real quick, and you got the hair going. Real quick, I wanted to ask you about this real quick. Bloody Money 47 wrote, Pam and Daniel, do you guys want to go on the challenge cruise next
Oh,
year?
I
You
sent
were,
that to you and Jenna. Did you? I tried to. I'm not good at the internet. I tried to send that to you and Jenna on a message when I first saw it. Did you
but
see
what
this?
I saw you, what you sent us the actual like date of the cruise, or what did you send
There
us?
is a cruise happening
Yeah.
with Tori, Cara, I don't even care who else. I think, let's see, the actual on November 5th. Do we want, I'm like, fucking yes, that's what I want for my like Christmas birthday present, everything from
November 5th of this year or the next year?
maybe, hold on, let's find it.
Because this year, there's no way in hell I can figure out
It may
November
not be
5th.
this
It's
November 5th. It might be, it's
2025.
December 12th. Hold on, let me find it. Oh my God, but I was like, do I? It would,
I,
that would be my dream, sir.
So
Yeah.
basically, what it's going to be, because they do these celebrity cruises. I remember this is going to be really random, but in Practical Jokers, it's a show on True TV. They did a cruise, and basically, I assume it's like there's just meet and greets and like different, like you can go watch them stand on
Right.
stage and talk about and ask them questions. It's probably just like what the Impractical Jokers did.
I'm
Um,
sure. Well, Tori
but
had a post that was like, come on vacation with the Vacation Alliance. And I was like, oh my God.
it's probably for this
Nani,
November. And if that's,
Nani and Casey are there. So it's Cara, Tori, Nani, Casey.
now I don't want to go though.
Well, hold on. I think
Casey's going? You want me to spend, you want me to be like in
Nani,
a
Casey,
confined
Josh,
space?
Bessie, Mark, Bananas. So it's worth it for Bananas, Cara,
Mark.
Tori, Nani, Mark. But just Cara and Tori enough would be. I mean, if you threw in a Jordan,
Yeah, you gotta throw in a Jordan for me. Um,
yeah, the guys
yeah,
are Josh and Fessy and
no.
Bananas and Mark. But Bananas and Mark, I mean, again, I would swap out a Fessy and a Josh with a Jordan and a
But
Devin
look,
for
like
sure.
I don't think like I don't know bananas in real life. Like if I talked to bananas, I would think he was just throwing me lines all the time because I'm paying to hang out with him basically. No, I'm good. None of those people entice me enough to go. I would need other people there.
I
Obviously,
would
yeah.
say they're literally there promoting and working. I think the most genuine person that you could actually like get drunk with and have fun with is hands down Tori. Like definitely Tori would be probably the most normal person.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Um,
I love a cruise. I went on one cruise in my life. I had a friggin' blast on the cruise, gambling every night, eating whatever food you want.
yeah,
It's already taken care of. Uh,
I hate cruises personally, actually. So give
you're
me
just
an
not a
all
fan of cruise.
inclusive anyway. I hate them.
It depends. It depends on the cruise. Like, I would go on a fancier one next time. Also, I would, and now this is kind of impossible to do now that I have a child, but I would go on like an 18 plus cruise too, because the kids are always in the damn way. I don't
No,
know.
you go on a family one now, Dan, and they have childcare. You get to put your kid in like you go on the club med now, and literally are like, "Bye, baby. See you when you go to bed."
I get maybe,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
get a
don't.
vacation.
Stacy and I wouldn't want to do that. We want to be with Olivia the whole time. I would think
Well, she's like,
for the maybe a date. We would go on if we did a family cruise where like my parents came. We would talk about this all the time. Now we're like, let's go to Palm Springs, right? Let's go to Palm Springs, rent out a house, bring my parents, and then like
you guys
it's
can go out, right, or go out
we
to
can
dinner.
go out at night or whatever, or just anywhere, San Diego, anywhere close by that we can drive to, but bring my parents. Hell, we want to actually go to like Cabo, actually fly down to Cabo, bring my parents, and then we can go out to a fancy dinner. All inclusive in Cabo. I did it once with Stacy. We had no kids or pets or anything at the time. Bomb.com. This was
Oh yeah,
awesome. We stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel. That's all we needed. Every night we went out to different food. They had every kind of
yeah.
food you
No, I
wanted there.
loved it. I like loved. We went out. I'll give. I like the idea of it. I love an all inclusive where literally you're paid and you're not spending another fucking cent.
You don't have to tip. They don't
They
there's no
weren't
tip.
allowed to thing.
They don't tip. They
At
can't
our
tip.
honeymoon, it was the same thing. So,
Best.
with anyway, all inclusive over cruise for me any day because I like the
Me
beach.
too.
I don't want to be on a boat looking at
No, I'm just saying I did
like
enjoy
the
my last
rooms.
cruise. I don't need the rooms.
The
I would
rooms are
have to do an upgrade.
claustrophobic. Yeah.
I mean, I agree the rooms are way too small. I would have to pay more money to do an upgrade. I was like, look, I was a single guy. It was me and all my guy cousins. It was my whole family, my guy cousins, my girl cousins, and like my aunts and uncles.
Uh-huh.
My grandmother and grandfather, my grandfather was still around at the time. Like it was a while ago. And it was like, let's just bare minimum, let's all just be together. So like I was sharing a room with my two
Sure.
other cousins. I was sleeping on like some little mattress on the floor that was this thick. Like it didn't matter, we were just having fun. But
Now that I've
nowadays,
lived and learned, I went on a cruise with family when I was young. I think I was 15 when I went on
oh,
the
that
cruise.
was a really long time ago. I
But
was
still, my thing for my money,
30.
give me an all inclusive, same great benefits and entertainment and all that crap. but I'd rather sleep in a room with a bed and walk out
You
onto
got
the
to
beach.
pay extra. I want the room. I want a window in the room. Like there was no windows in this freaking room that I was in. It was a box.
I want a
Um,
beach personally, so I don't want to be on a boat and go onto a
well,
beach
you
for
can
an hour.
choose one that has more stops. Like we stopped in Bermuda, so we got to get off the boat for
I
a
would want
while.
to just go to Bermuda and stay there for a week. But
Oh, there you go.
anyway,
There's that too.
each of them, yeah, it's a choice. But so I would say Tori would be the genuinely Tori, and I bet Nani's fun in real life too. And I'm sure Casey's likable in real life. Bananas and Cara, I think Bananas could be fun. I don't know. I bet Bananas would probably feel like I am here. You shall say hello
But
to
like,
me.
what do you do?
Cara's
How much?
probably
Wait.
awkward socially too. So
Everyone's going on this cruise supposed to hang out with them. Who's actually getting like what one-on-one time? No, you wait in a line for a freaking picture at the photo op, or
well,
listen
certain
to him talk on a
people
stage,
I
ask
think
him a
are
question.
are naturally again fun people. I'm just guessing. Certain people are naturally fun down to earth people that are going to enjoy literally being on a cruise with fans and have fun with it, whereas other people
Oh yeah, look,
are going to feel like I'm on from 5 to 7 tonight.
If we did the challenge after show cruise and our 60 fans came on a cruise with us, I'd have a freaking blast. I would love to just be taught because we have people that write in our comments every week. It
Right,
would be really cool, and we'll never probably pull this off, but not a
right.
cruise, of course. But it would
Let's
really be cool if
piggyback
we
the challenge crew. Let's see. Let me find
not
out
even
when.
the challenge cruise payment. I'm just saying if it would be really cool if we all met up at the Palm Springs Casino, right? The one in your town, right? We all met up there. We all stayed there overnight and we all hung out and there's a bar there. There's all kinds of stuff to do right there. But it'll never happen. But it'd be cool if everyone could fly out and somehow get there and we all hung out for the night. It'd be sweet.
Listen, that's so ambitious. Let's just try and piggyback on the
That's
Port
that's much less
Canaveral.
ambitious than a cruise, Pamela.
Well, we have a year. So it is November of 2025
Oh, it's
that
really
this is
far away.
happening. So
Pamela, I don't want
literally,
to hang out with these people though. The people
I
you
don't
mentioned, I'm
know,
not into.
dude. And what if people came, what if our listeners and fans came with us?
Oh, that
It'd
would be
be
hilarious.
really fun to hang out with them with other fans.
That now see that is where that's where you make
That's
it
what
work.
I'm saying. What if
That's
like
your big work.
50 people were like, I will try, and by like next end of next summer, we had 50 people saying, I'm gonna do it.
All right, look, tell
I'll
us
do
in
it.
the comments if you'll
Would
if you
try.
book this cruise or if you're already booked on the cruise. If some might already be booked on this cruise, it might already be sold out by the way. But it'd be interesting if we got
No.
even Pam, if we got even 20 people in the comments saying I already booked it, I'm there. I could actually think about. I don't
I would
think
think about it.
that this many people are even going on this
It's
thing.
only 4 days, which is another thing. It's not like a week. It's
Well,
the 6th of
it would need to be quick because I'd either have to take Stacy and Olivia with me if kids are even allowed. First of all, I
You're not
can't.
taking them with you. Leave your wife and baby. Me, you, and Jenna would go. Leave your baby. It's 2 days. You get there, you're there, you're there, you go
Where
home.
is the cruise going out of? Where's the
I
cruise
don't
going
know,
out
and
of?
I don't know how much it
Yeah,
costs.
it's gonna
These
be
are
freaking
things
Miami. It's gonna be Miami, 3,000 miles away. It'd be so far away anyway. So,
we have to figure. We have a little more research to do on it,
oh, we have a
but
year to figure it out. If it was in
but
3 weeks, no way in hell. So yeah.
if it is under $1,000 and we could get 25 plus people to say I'm going to, I would put $10 aside a week for this year and set it
Look,
aside for.
I'll say this for if I was a single dude and I would go on that cruise if we
You go
got
on it with me and Jenna. This is one of those things. We
I
just
would
had
have a
a high
blast
school
either
reunion.
way. It's about like are our fans
Nobody
actually
brought
going to?
spouses. Okay, so like my high school reunion, it's like no, you're there to hang out with your girlfriend. Like you're
You
there to
think okay?
challenge
I'm this is where I'm gonna have the Jenna vote though. You're telling me Jenna's gonna not want to bring baby
for
boy
four
with her?
days. Yes, no, you're not going to bring your
Um,
baby on a cruise while you're like
I
partying
want
through.
to get Jenna on this because I think
Right,
Jenna's gonna be on my side and
you guys,
say it's
both
gonna be
Jenna, husband and baby stay home, or Jenna, hell, bring them. Jenna like takes vacation. Jenna
no
moved to LA
no.
2 years without her husband.
Hold on though. If kids are allowed, which I don't think they will be
I
because it
doubt
seems
it.
like but if the kids are allowed, there's why can't I just bring Olivia and Stacy? It'd be fun. We'd all have
You
fun.
can because they're great, and so can Jenna. But I feel like
I know you think they're great. I'm just
if you
saying.
let because it's a 4 day booze cruise. Do you want your wife and baby? It's like let know that they're safe at home waiting for you.
First of all, well, Stacy, I don't really drink anyways. It's Stacy I mean, Stacy doesn't really drink that much, but she drinks more than I do. I don't drink. I rarely drink.
I doubt babies, but maybe babies under 2 honestly would be allowed because they're like not real. They're just like
They're not
backpackers.
real babies.
They're like, no, they're not real people. It's not like, oh, I'm sneaking my baby on. Like, we
Yeah,
went to a,
I don't think babies would. I think it's probably a
probably
21.
not.
Well, it might be 18 plus. I'm sorry, but like, there's a lot of younger challenge fans too.
Probably
How could they tell
18
them
plus.
no? I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I don't know. Hard to
I
say.
would say 18 plus, but I'm guessing the vibe of this is not family friendly. I doubt that it's for families.
Well,
It's
I
not
doubt
that.
it. Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I don't think it would be family. Like, I don't think it's like for families, but I'm wondering if they still allow people to bring their families. That's all. I'm not saying it's like, oh, we're gonna have water slides and we're gonna have
Right. Like,
you know,
sorry,
kids.
here's my
We're
baby.
we're gonna have Kids Bot playing on the speaker of the whole cruise all weekend.
Olivia,
No,
meet Olivia. Yeah. Olivia's doing a shot off your baby. Yeah. No.
my God, no.
Yeah.
Okay. With that note, I'm gonna go hang out with my family. So there you go.
Okay.
Pam, excellent episode again. Leave us
Yes.
comments. We want to hear from you. Hashtag booze cruise
Hashtag,
or
like, can we do it? Let's do a little homework and see where it leaves from, how much it costs. Because when I saw that, I was like, fuck yeah. Even just,
you don't even like cruises, by the way.
I hate cruises, but I love Cara and Tori and bananas. And it could be fun. It could be really fun, depending
I
on.
honestly think it would be more fun if our fans from the after show were there.
I
Personally,
agree.
that's
We'll
just
have
what
like,
I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. We'll hijack their cruise because that already
Oh
exists.
my
We don't have to do the
God,
planning.
with our
And then we'll
60
have like
fans,
meetups, like, yeah, like
meetups.
LinkedIn meetups. We'll have meetups like Tory fans come with me, like car fans, like, I hate Josh Club, meet for a drink at. Yeah. We'll
Imagine
have,
they're like, so just so y'all know, the challenge after show is trying to overtake our cruise. It's not happening. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry,
like,
my bad.
I think that would be like,
But I wonder if
Josh
also
West
other,
rivalry where they were like, you're not threatening
well,
us.
I would think if anything, other challenge after show shows, I bet they would go on the cruise too. So there actually might be pockets of, because I mean, I've come across other challenge shows on YouTube all the time that are doing kind of what we're doing. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's
they
get
could,
those people on the line and
maybe
just
they're
make
on the
it a
cruise.
challenge fan party.
Maybe they're too.
I
They might
love
be there
it.
too. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, it is a challenge fan party. It's just challenge fan party instead of
Double
right, like
fan.
once
Yeah.
removed, right? Like a
Yeah.
podcast fan, an after show.
And they're getting paid to be there and we're paying to be there. Okay, got
Right.
it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
All
boy, would
right.
it be fun.
Good times, everyone. We'll see y'all next week. Episode 11 coming at you next week. We're almost 100% sure Jenna will be back next week. So stay tuned.
And that's the other thing I wanted to say about reading the comments. I didn't ignore my coworker who's a challenge fan, wasn't quite up on top of it. I was like, how current are you? Have you seen the most recent episode? And he was like, no. And I was like,
Well,
next time I'll
then we're not gonna do that to him. So yeah,
no, we're not going to do that to him or to anybody listening, but
that too. Yeah,
if he was, I did reach out, but today. So
got it.
yeah.
Okay. See y'all next week. Bye.